All right, how you doing? A lot of people have been interested in kind of the mundane tasks of beekeeping. So tonight I am putting some honey supers back onto the hive for them to clean out. It's late October, so we're not going to winterize the hive, but we're doing kind of falling the hive, or autumn preparing the hive, I guess. We've extracted the honey, and now we'd like to have that leftover honey that's in the frames go back to the bees and start them with their first round of feed, just in case they're running short. If I can get a peek around the hive, I'm going to do that too. So I'm just going to let this run. I'm not going to be able to pick it up once I get geared up, really, but it won't be necessarily exciting, but this is my task for today. So without further ado, I'm going to put you in my pocket, and hopefully I don't drop this in the creek on the way. And hopefully you can see somewhat what I'm doing. I don't know. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. So I got my smoker. I'm going to fire that up. So first we got to get this sucker going. Smoke kind of calms the bees, gives them, blocks the pheromones that alarm them. So we try not to burn anything toxic, obviously, because we're going to be sending the smoke into the hive. But egg cartons are good. Always got a ready supply of those. I'm really trying to work this up into pretty high heat, because you don't want it actually burning in there. You want it smoldering, because that gives you smoke. So we really just want to cram it full so that it's smoldering, not so that it's necessarily like actively burning. So gather up the rest of my small amounts of gear that I didn't already haul down. I'll show you why our honey costs what it costs. This is how far all honey has to travel. Well, plus the flight up to the garage where we kind of do the work. All right. Second flight of stairs, which are wet and covered in leaves and slippery. At least at the moment they are. Across the bridge. Down the boardwalk. Imagine doing all this carrying about 40, 50 pounds of honey super. We had 5 supers this last harvest. So you can only do 1 per trip. That's 5 trips just for the honey. All right, I'm gonna set that there. Line up some of the other stuff. So I'm gonna be blocking off the entrances of the hives to make them a little bit smaller. Helps them with their heat retention. And first, I'm gonna put on my, you can see I already hauled all this stuff down here. Get my gear on the rest of the way here. I don't have a great camera set up here, so I apologize if it's not everything you hoped for, but it's literally an iPhone shoved in a pocket. And that's just gonna have to do, because I'm not gonna delay this maintenance stuff until I have a better setup. And frankly, I don't even know what a better setup would cost, but I'm sure it would never pay for itself in honey sales. So we're just gonna call it like it is. All right. So first job is we're gonna run around, we're gonna stick these in. Actually, you know what, maybe, yeah, let's do that. So I left my tool here. So all this does is it limits how much room they have to get in and out, which there's a variety of reasons why you would do this, but the reason we're doing it now, some of these fit better than others. The reason why we're doing it now is to help keep the air, the warmth of the hive inside the hive. Because they will stay in this hive all winter long. And they will keep the interior of this hive. Oh, sorry there. Yeah, see, they didn't like that. Now everybody's coming out. Oh, that's going to be good enough. I don't want to smoke them just yet. I had another one. Did I leave it? Oh, it's over there. Okay. I thought knocking on the front door might enliven things a bit here, but... So I'm putting this on, but I'm putting it on like wide. Because I don't want to restrict their movement too much. I was going to do this live, but I don't think my coverage down here is good enough to allow for that, so this is what it is. We have 3 producing hives, which is this is the 3rd one now. Just to give you the lay of the land if you're not familiar with our setup. And then we have 2 nukes. The nukes we keep as backups, meaning that they have resources, other bees, queens, eggs, whatever we need that we can get and put into the main hives, if that's something we have to do. And darn it, these bees propolize everything. Oh, and they got this pretty good. Come on. Oh my gosh. Hi there. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Am I bothering you? I'm just trying to get your thing on. Why'd you make it a mess? Everybody, so they're all in here. They're just not... It's just a little bit nasty for them today. Yeah, hey guys, I know. Alright, we're gonna smoke them because they're getting kind of upset. I didn't think they would really come out that easily today. Here, just for comparison, there's the one that we already, you can see it. That's the one we already woke up by knocking. Everybody calm down. Nothing to see here. Alright, you're gonna be next. Everybody go home. I can hardly see through the smoke myself here. There. Alright, that one's in. And then, let's see, these guys get kind of a low-tech approach, because I don't... If I have a reducer sized for it, I didn't see it. It wasn't immediately obvious, so... Low-tech. Just some combination of boards here. You go over there. You go there. You may not want to stand up. That may have to be what we do, is just that. That's probably not going to stay there. I'll have to tape it. That's why I brought my handy-dandy duct tape. First we'll do that. Now that we've woken everybody up, wasn't really what I was hoping to do. Come on, go inside. Go inside, everybody. Go home. Now we're going to do the mouse guards. So these little bits of metal keep mice from climbing into the warm hive in the winter. So I just stick it on there for now, and I'll come back with some tape. I just don't want to tape any bees, because that gets kind of weird. Look out, everyone. Look out. Look out. It wasn't too graceful. I read it up. Yeah, they're ornery because, like, what the hell? You're not supposed to be down here. Oh, so we didn't give you any smoke, did we? All right. Now you. Okay, everybody look out. There you go. Oh, it's just, oh, great. You propolised the front porch. That's awesome. I know. Hey. Hey. Okay, everybody chill. Be back in a minute. What's your tape? Go home. So, I don't know if you can see that one stung me. I tried to sting my glove. So they're not in a great mood, but we really don't want them to be super upset because these are the winter bees. We need these bees. I'm gonna smoke that finger so they don't all think that's a great idea to do that. Go home. Ooh, quite a cloud here. All right. You know, I should have stripped this. I should have ripped this off before I came down here. Doesn't matter where you stand. You're always downwind from your own smoker. Come on. You're like, where's the bees? We thought we'd see something exciting. Yeah, I know. We're getting there. Them stinging my hand wasn't exciting? Okay, I guess it's not that exciting if I'm wearing a glove. You have to imagine what it would be like if I was not wearing a glove. And that would be more exciting, I suppose. A lot of people nail these in, but we've never really had a mouse problem down here, so the bees can still get in and out through here. Ah, just there you go, demonstrating. We've never really had a mouse problem down here, so don't get too upset about that. And this is like, look out. Okay, really? This tape is like really good for this. I'm gonna wait for them to get off of that. Go home. You can't tape bees to the actual thing. That's considered very rude. Oh, jeez. It's hard to do this in gloves. There we go. Didn't make that long enough. Probably not thinking as straight as I should between, it's actually getting dark pretty fast. And it's pretty chilly, and it's pretty wet and miserable, if I'm honest. Oh, yeah, here comes everybody. So, if I seem a little dim-witted, we're gonna attribute it to that. Oh, here comes everyone. All angry at me. All right. I told you they'll wait inside. All right, let's see if we can get the other one on. Who was it? It was you. Oh man, I haven't gotten to the fun part yet, and you guys are already all upset. You girls, I should say. Can I push that in? Excuse me? No, don't stand there. You're gonna get taped to the thing all winter. Really? Get out. Behind the tape. Okay. Alright, well, I'm really popular today. You guys are in a bad mood. It's cold and rainy. You're supposed to be inside. Everybody go home. So my wife was like, oh, concerned, there'll be no bees. They're like starving and all that. Oh no, there's bees. There are bees here. They are not, I mean, I guess they could be starving, but they seem pretty energetic at the moment. All right. Okay, everybody's got that. Next task. We're gonna give them honey supers back so they can clean them out. Let's see who we're gonna start with. Start with the grouchy ones. Now we'll start over here. Start on the side. So, I'm gonna give you guys some smoke. And I left my tool laying in the grass. So what we don't want them to do is have the queen go up into the top of the hive here and start laying eggs in the honey super, or get stuck in the honey super. So we're gonna, here comes everybody out to see me. Okay, hi, it's cold out here, go home. Stay down there. You do not need to be here, okay? I'll give you something to do. All right, here's your chance to look at the hive. We're gonna throw an excluder on here, and then we're gonna put everything back together real quick, because we're trying not to let all the heat out. Oh, and they got this all fastened on here with the propolis, because they've got nothing better to do. Okay. Look, bees. All right. Oh, my nose is running. This is great stuff. Okay, everybody, look out. Look out. Out of the way. I'm really trying not to, like, squish anybody, because I don't want to lose anyone. Ooh. Okay. This is sitting a little wonky because of the comb on it. All right. It might have to be the other way. Okay. I gotta get this off here. That's in the way. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I know it's a nice quiet evening at home. Okay. But you're gonna like this when I'm done, because I'm gonna give you some honey. Or, well, I guess I'm gonna give you back some honey, so less ideal. All right. You guys get one, because you guys are the lazy hive. I'll explain what we're doing here in a minute. Okay. So, the idea is the excluder keeps the queen from coming out of her brood box and getting stuck up here above this cover, because it has that little hole, which you probably saw. But because there's that little hole there, the bees consider this to be outside their hive. This top box, which has the honey that's been extracted from it, but there's still a thin coating of honey all through the comb. So they'll clean that all up and move it down, and that becomes food for them here in the nest over the winter. They will winter in 2 boxes, at least this year. We might change that. So that's what we're adding, is that excluder and then the honey on top for them to clean out. That hive tends to be smaller, so it's only going to get one. These 2 hives here, this one and that one over there, again, assuming that when I point, you can actually see what I'm pointing at. I don't know. They're the bigger hives, so they're going to get 2. And we'll be a little smarter about this since we know that they're ornery. I'm just going to pop it. Send some smoke in there. And seal the smoke in. And that hopefully encourages everybody to get out of my way, so we don't have to have any of those nasty conversations about who are you, what are you doing in my hive. I'm just going to clean this off, because that was in the way last time. Normally when you're doing this, this wax is like soft, because it's at, you know, at hive temperature. It's in the like 90 degrees or so, and so it's really soft. And so you just put it in there and it sort of like oozes into position. But it's not soft right now. It's been out of the hive for a couple weeks. So look how, I don't know if you can see this, how brittle it is, right? Just, it's not what you think of when you think of wax, right? So I should have done this up at the house so that we could harvest this wax, because it's good wax, but we have so much wax that we haven't yet gotten the wax procedure figured out as far as to like make it a product of some kind. So this little bit here is not going to make or break our operation at all. All right, so they've had a minute with their smoke. And they're still up here anyway, because of course they are. So we're gonna pop these guys. Oh, he's really got this on here. Why can't you leave this alone? Huh? Oh my gosh. I should have put more on underneath my jacket because I'm actually a little bit cold here. All right. Comes everybody out to say hello. Look, there's your shot of bees. Plenty of bees down here. They're doing just fine. Okay, look out, everyone. Comes thing. I really try not to smash anybody, but it's like almost impossible. All right. And then I've got. Oh wait, I'm so excited. Go in there. You guys all stay down there. Okay, here comes the good stuff. You're gonna like this part of the process. And we thank you for giving us honey. It's very delicious. And there's a little something for you to work on. Get back. And they should clean that out in just a couple days. They're usually pretty quick about it. Okay. Starting to brought more fuel down. We're gonna run out. Oh, there they are. Yep, they're ready to go too. All right. In fact, while we're at it, start. Getting this lid loose. Get them settled down if we can. This lid is different. It's called a migratory cover. Just because it sits like really flat. It's really basic design. Works just as well. It's just not as nice as the metal covers. And you can stack them. They're called migratory covers because they stick them on trucks to haul them around for pollination purposes. And it's a lot easier to stack covers that don't stick out like these metal ones do. So that's why they call it a migratory cover. I like to put these at, when I set them down, like by the entrance, so there's like, if they are wondering, hey, where's home? I'm not where I thought I would be. It's like really close to where they were. Look at all the bees. All the bees in this hive. So hopefully we're in pretty good shape here. Oops. Sorry. Look out. Look out. Oh my gosh. We really try not to get any. Almost impossible. You mainly don't want the queen. I mean, if we're honest, it's a very stratified society. As long as you don't get the queen, you're kind of okay, but I don't like to get anybody if I can help it. Oh my gosh, this is all very heavy. Even when it's empty, it's still pretty heavy. I think it feels heavier when it's cold. I think there's something about the cold that makes everything heavy. All right. There you go. Well done. You guys are good. All right, moving on. Yeah. Now, since the snook's not getting honey, or not getting a honey super, I should say, because we don't harvest honey off of this. They get something else. Now, if you look in there, as you can see, there is lots of capped honey here. So it has got, oh man, they do have plenty of honey in there. In fact, just for fun, let's pull one up here. I don't have COVID. That is the smoker. It's just the smoker getting me. So we're gonna feed them anyway, but we can get this out. Oh man. There it goes. So that, oh, it's really heavy. So that is all honey. Most of it's capped. Some of it is not capped yet. And other side looks pretty much the same, as do the adjoining frames. So yeah, they are, I think, in pretty good shape here. But we're gonna give them some feed anyway. All right. So the little spacer goes on. Like that. And then they get sugar bricks. And there's so much honey in that hive. I have 3 bricks here. But there's so much in there. I'm just gonna give them 1. I don't think they need any more. So give them 1 here. Hopefully that fits under there. Should. And then let's see. Really should have something else in there so they don't get crazy, which is why I brought these chunks of wood. It just gives them a little bit, well, it's not big enough, is it? It gives them a little bit of a deterrence from like building crazy wax everywhere, because that's what they will do. And put that down. Just want to make sure that this is tight enough that it's not going to leak rain. They will propolize that lid on there better. Given time. Moving on. More smoke. This one usually does pretty good because it's styrofoam, so it's really well insulated. But to put feed in here, there's a spacer, insulation that's supposed to keep them from being creative with their wax making. And I'm not entirely sure that that's being effective, because last I checked they were eating it so that they would have room to make wax. Oh jeez, that's kind of what you don't want to do. Oh my gosh, what have you done in here, ladies? Well, this is interesting. It's entirely what you're not supposed to be doing. They encased this insulation in propolis and are now digging tunnels into it. Oh great, there's a hive beetle. Right there's a hive beetle. Kill that sucker. Well crap, ladies, I can't feed you because you got this going on in here. What do we do with that? We have to come back. This is not a problem. I was really prepared to do it. And I got it in there tight, too. Oh. Well, that made everybody happy, huh? Alright, I know. It was rude. Yeah, now I've dropped the phone. Be careful where I step. I got bees everywhere. Alright. That's the problem with bending over with this phone in pocket method. I'm going to carefully extricate myself from this. Now that I've made everybody unhappy. But we got plenty of room now for sugar. So I'm going to try and fill in with this wood so they don't go all crazy with their comb again. Clearly that styrofoam is not the answer to that problem. You know, had a beetle on it and all kinds of other stuff we don't want in the hive. So sugar back here, sugar here, and some boards there. See people don't do anything crazy or anything else crazy. Oh, what a mess we made of this one. All right, put these back together. Oh man. Now I feel really bad because we got all these bees outside the hive. It's gonna get cold. What's going on over here? I'm not sure what's going on there. Of course, everybody's active now that I've been molesting them a bit. It's not that cold, so them being out kind of is okay. But just want to make sure there's not like a robbing going on, like hives trying to rob the other hives' honey. Everybody has honey of their own now, so they should be content, or sugar. Should be content to deal with. They've got it, even though you guys have less. Smoker went up. So I didn't like the way that one was sealed off there. You know, I could just put a heavier brick on it. Let's do that. See if that makes a difference instead of doing the tape. So they do have an extra brick here for that purpose. Oh my gosh. Tightens it up a little bit, but still space in that spacer. That spacer is not sitting quite as well as I would like. Yeah, so let's tape it anyway. Tape is cheap. And round out like that long. And make it like a weather strap, weather flap, I guess. You don't want it too airtight because moisture, the bees give off a lot of humidity, and it's moisture that tends to be the problem with bees. So that is a day in the life. Fall maintenance here in the bee yard. So I am going to turn this off because you don't need to watch the walk all the way back up the hill. And I gotta get these bees off of me. It's getting dark. So if you watch this long, I hope you learned what not to do. And I don't know, maybe I'll do this again sometime. Bye.